Okay, guys, I'm gonna sit here and, like I told you guys, I want to do a content on my spiritual awakening. I'm gonna start talking about how I'm awakening about the marital relationship that I was in. It was things going on in that relationship I was aware of. But let me just tell y'all what's going on. I was always so bitter and angry because I believe in karma, and I was thinking that the man I was in a marital relationship with wasn't receiving his karma. So I was really bitter and angry at the universe at all the things he'd done to me. So what I'm going to say is that this man was practicing so much magic on me. Like I said, I met the man when I was about 13, 14. So when we was together, you know, when you were a little kid, well, anyway, I started growing and evolving, changing. My appearances started changing. My body started changing. And, you know, I started growing into fashion and wigs and everything. So when we would go out, I would get a lot of attention. And people were not really paying him any attention. They were paying me most of the attention. So that was making him uncomfortable. So he never liked it to go out with me, so we didn't really go out much. But anyway, like I was saying, this man was practicing so much magic on me. And I remember when I was a young girl, I used to always, you know, after we smoked weed and things, I used to always go into a trance and point my finger at him and saying to him, you robbed me, you robbed me. I didn't know what I was talking about. So that's how I'm saying the Creator was protecting me. So I'm going to start with, I thought he fooled me. I thought we wanted the same things. I thought that we wanted the same thing out of life. So I said, well, I thought we was growing and evolving, so, you know, we divorced and everything. Well, anyway, and then I said, God was telling me to have another child, so I said, well, let's get married, you know, have another child. And he was coming into some money. He was coming into a lawsuit, and he was hitting the lottery back to back. So I thought, well, you know, we was going to build, we was going to grow. And he was pretending that he wanted what I wanted. And then when he got all that money, it was time to get our family out of that little rat-infested apartment. And he did not want to get us out. Like I was saying on my Facebook contents, I was posting like the apartment was rat infested, and then he got the money, and then, you know, he said, no, I don't want to buy a house. I'm scared to be paying all those bills by myself. So I was just telling him, you know, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you. Well, anyway, he didn't want the responsibility. Okay. So I told him. So I forced him to get a house because I knew that I was going to get ahead of him. So I forced him to get a house, and I left him with the money in the bank, and I told him, maybe I'll come back to you if you learn how to maintain that house and pay those bills. Well, of course, he didn't want the house, so, you know, I'm not going to tell y'all the story on what happened to that house. I'll put it in format. Okay, so he didn't keep the house. So what I'm saying is that my mom, him, and his relative, they were practicing magic on me. And I thought that I was going to move ahead, get ahead, I believe. And then, you know, like at the time, you know, I was drinking and drugging, and the voices in my head told me, well, they you work for, I said I want to go to work, I want to provide for my family. The voices were saying you work for God. So I wasn't able to get up. I was like, well, anyway, I'm not going to go into that. I'm going to just tell you the rest. So him and my mom, you know. So anyway, the universe allowed this man to believe the hexes and curses that he was practicing on me was working. So what I'm saying is that I don't understand. This man, he don't believe in karma. Because if I was him, all the rotten and dirty things this man done to me, how could you believe that you could trust somebody to love you? How could you believe that he was going to find true love? And every relationship he was in since I left him, every other woman left him too, and they all robbed him the way he robbed me. So, what I'm saying is that how I was thinking the universe, how the universe works. I was bitter and I was angry, so I told him he could keep the money. Just help me with the kids, give me child support. He didn't want to pay child support. But anyway, the government got him. They took $15,000 from him and they gave it to me. Well, anyway, I was so drugged up. I'm an entrepreneur and everything. I was getting lump sums of money, but God did not want me to have that money while I was in a relationship with my loved ones. Because, you know, they would have profited off of it. So what I'm saying is that about this man, his karma is like he traveled to and from work nearly 8 hours a day to come all the way to the city to work, and he's not working legally. He's not working, you know, under his social security number, off the books or whatever. So he don't collect any taxes off what he worked for. So imagining having to live like that for over 15 years, 8 hours a day, traveling to and from work to make money, and you can't collect taxes off of it. You're going to have to do that for the rest of your life. So, you know, we older now, so that is his karma. And, you know, how he have to live to make his money. And I'm bitter because people can't see him for who he really is. Everybody look at him as a hero. It's not smart for anybody to travel nearly 8 hours a day to and from work when it's all these jobs in the state that you live in. You think you're beating the system, but you're not beating the system. And you don't want to help take care of your children. You love money. You don't love your children. You love money. And this man is a gambler. So if he don't hit the lottery, he gonna have to work for the rest of his life. And then as you get older, you know, it takes a toll on your body. So that is his karma. And I don't understand. He never apologized to me. I don't understand how he could. I don't understand how he could trust and believe in love. I don't understand what makes you think you deserve love. And then he tells everybody that I was messing with his brother. And I'm like, what was I doing with your brother? What was I doing with your brother? And it's like I said in another content, he told me I liked his brother. I was all drugged up and everything, so I thought I liked him. Like they told me I was mentally disturbed, so I believed in everything. I believed everything they told me about myself. So what I can say is I did try to get with his brother, and I don't know any good things about his brother, but I could say one good thing about him. He said, Trina, that sounds crazy. You don't want me. Somebody got something on you. Somebody working something on you. And, I don't know I don't know anything good about this man, but that's what he did tell me. So, God bless him and God bless his family. But I'm saying, when he said I was messing with his brother, what does he mean? Was me and his brother running around getting high together? Was me and his brother, trying to get together and put black magic roots on him so that he could fuck up his life? No. God bless his brother and God bless him. And, like I said, he's telling my sons that. And it's like he accused me of all his brothers except for the youngest brother. But anyway, it's good. It's raining out here. But I'm just going to sit out here for a little while longer. So this man's karma. Everybody thinks he's smart. Everybody, and it's like, I believe he tried to sell his soul to the devil, but the devil did not want his soul because he don't have a soul. To me, he's a rat. He got the soul of a rat. So he's struggling. He got to struggle to make a living, and he got to do that for the rest of his life. And I believe he sold his body parts to the devil because the devil didn't want his soul. He sold parts of his body, a part of his body, to the devil so that he could keep having money. He gets money, but he's struggling for the money. And then I remember I used to get mad at him because anytime my sons wanted advice, they could never call him for advice. And then I would get mad at my son, not my sons, but at him. Then I realized he's not smart. He can't give them advice. It came to me, he can't give them advice. So, and I feel bad that I made this man the father of my sons. And then my sons tell me, I'll be, talking to him. My sons tell me, well, I was young, I didn't know. I tried to change him. I believed in God. I tried to change him for the better, but it was only so far he wanted to go in life. So, and he just wanted money in his pocket. And I'm sorry I did that to my sons. Made him their father, but it wasn't in my plan. It was in God's plans. And God, whatever is covering me is mighty and powerful and magical. I am so blessed and so protected. I'm just so blessed and so protected. And this man, like when I was my mom and my stepfather used to always ask him. He used to tell them everything I was doing, everything I was planning. He would always inform my parents on what was going on in my life, in my household. And then, he did the same thing to my youngest son. It wasn't important to me that I knew my youngest son was telling him everything that was going on in my life. God blinded me. It wasn't important to me at the time because I wasn't doing anything that my son knew of. So the magic that the guy got on me, he thinks he got magic on my love. Like my son was telling him exactly what he wanted to hear. Is that I wasn't doing nothing with my life. Nothing was going on with my life. So I had to ask my son, he's older now. So I had to ask my son, I said, I was trying to tell my son, it's time for you to leave now. So, because I know you're telling your father everything that's going on. But anyway, my son went into a cold ballistic rage, telling me how much he hates me. But he was speaking from his father's spirit. And then he tells me I keep him in the middle of me and his father. But my son is not aware that I have never asked him what was going on in his father's home or what his father is doing, or nobody in that family. They all be asking my son what's going on in my life, and my son can't see that. He think I don't care about them because I don't ask about them. No, that's not important. I believe if something was to go wrong with his father or anybody in their life, I believe that my son would inform me. So I don't ask what's going on in their life. So he thinks I don't care. He thinks that his father cares about me because his father always, but that's not true. His father is nosy. His father, is working. I mean, everybody is working magic on me. And I'll be like, in my meditation, who am I? Who am I? What is my purpose? So I like to inspire people. I came into this man's life and I inspired him and his whole family. But the only thing they wanted was money, so that's what they got. Okay, so I'm going to end this content. My next content is going to be about how my mom and the man's mom labeled me. They are narcissistic women. How they labeled me. My mom labeled me as mentally disturbed, and everybody believed it, and I carried that title, and I wore it well. That's who they told me I was, so that's who I thought I was. And his mom told everybody that I was selfish, stingy, and greedy. So I believed I was selfish, stingy, and greedy because I would never give them my last. And, and like I was saying, that family, the mom would tell the siblings to ask him for money every time they seen us. And so they would be, hold their hands out, and they wasn't embarrassed. And that's panhandling. They would panhandle him. And, me and the man, when we were young, like we were like 18, 19, the mom wanted us to come over and give her money every week. And we was a struggling couple with one little kid, two little kids. And every time we would come along, it's about 9 of them, and all of them would have their hands out, and they would call me selfish. How can we go in our pocket? How can we survive? That's how they was living. That's why they never got anywhere in life. But I'm gonna try to do a continuation to this story. But I'm putting it in format, the whole story in chapters, and I'm gonna do YouTube stories about it. And if you guys are interested, I can go in more details. Before I'm working with a publisher. I found a guy that'll privately help me work on my biography. Like I said, the next content is going to be about my mom and his mom, how they labeled me, and how that family, saying I wanted their brother for money, and I was turning down drug dealers and neighborhood hustlers to be with this man and work with this man because I trusted God for us to get ahead, because I believed in karma. I didn't leave him for none of the drug dealers and hustlers because I felt like karma, if I did that, it was gonna backfire. I felt that if I left him for them guys, that it wasn't gonna work, that karma was gonna catch up with me. That's why I didn't do it, because I trusted in the universe. It was wrong, so I didn't do it. But anyway, like I said, the next chapter is gonna be about my mom and his mom, how they raised me, how his mom, told my grandkids and raised everybody to believe that I was selfish and stingy, but all the kids have to come and give her money. That's greedy, and that's selfish and stingy. And like my mom, I'm crazy and mentally disturbed. You telling your daughter, well, anyway, they was telling everybody I was who they were. And my next content is going to be on that. Okay, guys, I'm done.